Okay guys, yeah, Carlo from North Coast Constrictors. So this is not a pleasant topic, okay? We've got a snake here, a hatchling, which has got to the point now where it has to be assist fed or force fed, depending. It gets to a certain point now. If you come and have a look, if you get, once you start seeing these rolls here like this on a hatchling, that's the point now, and it's not taking food. It's refused for the last month, and it will not take food. So once you start seeing those rolls like that, then it's time to intervene. Okay, so it's not easy. It's not pleasant. I've got a little jumper mouse here. It's pre-killed. And how we do it is we just get the mouth in, the mouth open, okay? Now, usually, and I'm doing this for the second time, so the snake would, there we go. Now try and get it down side by side, one side at a time. I did try with the snake to let it go on its own, to try and take by itself a few times, and it would not. Now you don't want to do this too fast, but you don't want to do it too slow. You kind of got to do it side to side, like the snake would be. You've got to readjust your grip sometimes. So what I'm doing now is I'm pushing this rodent down the gullet of the snake. Now the problem is sometimes that you've got to try and keep this part of the snake as straight as possible. You can use a twisting method like that to get it down. Kind of rotates like a corkscrew. And what I'll do is I just kind of go like that with the rodent to make it flat, and then I'll start pushing again now. Basically the bottom and the legs. And then I use my fingers to gently massage the rodent down. Okay, obviously still not in, but I'm going to give the snake a chance to see if it will not regurge. And what I will do is I'll put the snake down for a second and see if it takes. I should do this in the tub, but I'm trying to get this on camera. So now let's have a look and see now if she takes it or she regurges. She's very nervous. She's obviously got the camera on her. She's got the light shining on her. But to all intents and purposes, it looks like she's going to take the rodent. I'm going to stop recording for 2 seconds because I'm going to take the light off her. And I'll pick up the recording when she starts to take the meal in herself. Okay, so I tried to get her to take the rodent on her own. I put her back in her enclosure, and she wouldn't carry on consuming. Okay, so the little tail is sticking out still, but what she isn't doing is she isn't regurging. So what I'm doing is I'm gently massaging this rodent down her stomach for her. Okay, just using my fingers gently like that. You can see the tail is now gone from sight. You can see the bulge in her stomach over there. And what I'm doing is I'm just gently massaging the rodent as far down into her stomach as I can. And guys, the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want her to regurgitate. Okay. I did leave her when I stopped recording. I mean, I obviously picked up and carried on recording now and had to carry on with the feed. But when I put her back into her enclosure, she froze. She just stayed in the one position, and the tail of the mouse stayed out. And she wasn't moving at all. She wasn't going to let it go. So guys, so this is what it takes sometimes, guys. This is what it takes. If you need to get a snake to eat, and you need to assist feed. And in this case, unfortunately, it was like a force feed. Okay, but you can see here's where the bulge is now. I've got it down about a third of the way down her body. I'm keeping her upright, and the reason why I'm keeping her upright is to deter her from regurgitating. Okay, and all I'm doing is just gently using my thumb and my forefinger, mostly my thumb, to massage that rat down into her, the jumper mouse down into her stomach. Okay. It is not a pleasant experience for the snake at all. Okay. But now we've got it down about halfway. So come and have a look here now. We've got it down about a third of the way. But what we can clearly see now, we'll start seeing if she's okay. We're gonna see some tongue flicking. She's not regurgitating. Maybe I still just need to massage a little bit more. And guys, I've done this plenty of times. I've had to do this on many occasions. You know, if you don't get it down far enough, that's why I'm carrying on massaging here. If you don't get it down far enough, and if you stop while it's like a third of the way up her body and not at least halfway down, there's a very good chance when you put her back into the enclosure that she's going to regurge. Okay, which is what we don't want. But what we can see now, if you look at her while I'm busy massaging her, we can see tongue flicks. They're coming back slowly. Well, maybe the light is putting off, but I definitely saw some tongue flicks there. Maybe she wants to bite me now. There's a little tongue flick. There's another one. And that is a good sign, guys. That is a very, very good sign. Okay. So let's do the little snake movement, kind of mimic the way that they would get the rodent down into their stomach, and that's by using the S shape, that kind of S moment where they use their muscles from side to side. Obviously, the way that I've got this rodent down now is by massaging it down with my thumb and my forefinger. Alright, so, you know, we now have a meal in her. It should be down here preferably. That's where I'd like it to be. It's sitting around here at the moment, which I'm not really happy with. I want to get it down more. The lower down it is, the less chance of her regurgitating this meal. And she, you know, I keep on referring to her as a she. It is a she. Okay. Are we getting there? There we go. Very stressful for the snake, guys. This is not something I have to do on a daily basis. This is not something. But I mean, if you just and that meal. There we go. We got past that. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now we are in the perfect position now. We take it out. There is, you can see the bulge of her over here now. That is exactly where we want the rodent. Okay, it was a small rodent. It's not going to make a big bulge at all. Okay, but she has taken that meal now. Hopefully she doesn't regurge. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take her and put her back into her enclosure. If you want to come and have a look at that. Her hatchling tub, all freshly prepared, and in she goes. And she'll just chill out. You know, I'll slide this closed, and it'll be nice and dark inside there. And then I'll come and check on her in about 10 to 15 minutes time and see if she's regurged or she hasn't regurged. So guys, that's how to assist or force feed a hatchling that hasn't eaten. And those are the signs to look for when it's time to start getting a meal down. Otherwise, they're just gonna die. Simple as that. That's a life-saving meal there. Hopefully, if she's hungry and if she's a good eater, usually after a force feed, an assist feed, or whatever, they take on their own and they will eat on their own. For example, this snake over here, is a deformed snake. Okay, I did not euthanize it. You can see she has got a very whoopy face. This is an axanthic het pod. She's got quite a few kinks in her tail. Initially, most breeders would have euthanized. I was told, I mean, when she was born and when she came out the egg, I was told that there was no ways that she would survive and she would never even take a meal. And I was on the brink of euthanizing her, and I decided not to. I decided that I was not going to euthanize this girl. She's 100% head pod, actually, axanthic 100% head pod, and yes, you can see she's got a crazy whip and whatever. You can see how she twirls around like that. Okay, and I fed her exactly like that. And her second meal, a week later, she took on her own and ate by herself. And every couple of days, I pull her out and I stretch her. And this is what I do with her. I work her, I work the kinks, I make her straighten her body out like this, and I work with the snake like a physiotherapist or a chiropractor or whatever you want to call it. And I stretch her out and I make sure that she doesn't stay in that position. Okay? I'm not prepared to give up on my animals. I'm not prepared to just, euthanize or whatever unless I can see that keeping it alive would actually be cruel. Okay, but if there's a chance that I can get a snake to eat and to recover and to massage these kinks out and get it to form properly. You understand there's a lot of calcium in mice, and that is strong, it's good for the bones. Okay, and now this girl here, although I still have a lot of work to do with her, she is alive. She's a couple of months old. She's about 2 months old now. She's taken a couple of meals. Yes, she's always going to be like this. She's going to be a pet. She's not going to be a breeder. but she's not going to be dead as far as I'm concerned. Who knows? Maybe in a year or in 6 months' time, this snake is perfect. I don't know. I know of people that have had snakes that are in this condition, that after about a year, they're actually perfect. Okay, so that's just one example of why I'm not so quick just to look at a deformed snake with kinks or whatever and say, right, well, that's it. It's you know, your time's up. You've just got out the egg and I'm not going to give you a chance to live. How do I put it? I literally have to be able to look at that snake and go, that snake is not going to live, and I have to be 100% convinced. If I'm 99% certain, that 1% chance, I'll take that 1% chance and try and keep it alive. And look at that. Honestly, I think she's coming right. She's got a bump on her head here, but that used to be twice the size. It's now coming down, and she's eating on her own. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Something a bit different, unpleasant, pleasant, happy story, who knows. Let's have a look here and see if our girly did a regurge. No? She's all good. That's a good sign. If they were going to regurge, it's usually done in 5 minutes. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe. If you want to see more cool content like this, I'm going to put some more cool stuff on. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this snake room like that I don't put on to YouTube videos. I need someone to film for me. My girlfriend is lucky enough to be here to help me record today. Something like that I couldn't record and perform that kind of procedure. So guys, thanks for watching again. Over and out from YouTube.